not only bringing us an inspirational moment at the top of the meeting, but also evaluating Ed Monsour.
JP, thank you for that wonderful speech. I don't know if anyone remembers him saying this. This was his second speech. Very, very impressive. It was an educational speech. With educational speech, you should look for three things. I look for those. Educational, entertaining, with examples. You built that all the way in there. It was wonderful. Also, every speech has three parts. You got an opening, a body that's got the message, and a closing. Now, the opening is where we all get hooked. Now, how do you hook someone? Joke, story, a question. That's a good one with education sorts of speeches. It's with a question. One of the things I would suggest you might want to work on the opening, because that is the hook. When you do an opening, everyone's hooked. Talk about a marshmallow, talk about a life. You hook everybody. But when you're reading, if you could, one of the suggestions I would do is really the most important part of almost every speech you do is the beginning. Memorize. That would be one thing I would change. The body, wonderful. A body is composed of two parts. The body is composed of two parts. The technique. The technique was very interesting. He used a prop. Props you have to be very careful of, but you were so smart how you used it. I thought it was wonderful. I was a little concerned about how you did it in the beginning, because you're holding it and you're walking around without saying it. Aren't you taking up valuable time? But what you did, and I hadn't seen anyone do this before, which was really good and very clever, you started talking about it as you looked at everybody. When you give a speech, you have to use the whole floor. And you use that prop with that picture that everybody knew, and you looked at everybody and you talked as you walked through it. That is a wonderful part of doing the structure when you do the speech, or sorry, the technique. You use visual, you use the prop, wonderful. And the conclusion. The conclusion is the takeaway. And what you did was the classic way whenever you conclude something. You tell them what you told them, you tell them, and then you tell them what you told them. You repeated what you did, which was wonderful. You brought us all back. Because in the end, with a conclusion, don't you want everyone to walk away and remember what you said? And I will. I thought it was wonderful. Commitment, courage, and integrity. You did a wonderful speech, and I look forward to hearing you again. Thank you.